also would like to thank everyone for being here today and this invitation. Thanks to Sheriff John Lope and the stand that he's making for the citizens here in Siskiyou County. Everybody's pretty much touched on everything that's happening in Trinity County as well. We have agreements with the Forest Service right now that have been in place since 1993, requiring them to maintain our forests at 20 tons of fuel per acre. Right now, most of our forests it's estimated that we're running at 150 tons of fuel per acre. People go, well, why is that an issue for the sheriff? I said, that's public safety. I mean, it's been absolutely a miracle the last couple of fires we have that we haven't lost entire communities because of the fuel loads that are there. The benefit, if they were to honor their agreement, we could harvest some of that timber. What a concept. We could get revenue from that. We're in a county, we really don't have an economy. We live off the scraps of the federal and state government and what they're willing to give us. We have resources. We have ways to get to them. And I'll tell you what, when I came to this meeting in October, coordination, I had heard of it, but had never really looked much into it. Right now we have a couple of members here from Trinity County. I want to thank everybody from Trinity County that showed up as well. The power behind that the sheriff holds is only as powerful as the people behind him. That's it. It's you guys giving us your support, telling us this is, as my elected official, this is what I want you to do, and us moving forward with that. So all of you have so much to be proud of, and we need to continue growing this movement. Now again, one of the interesting things is I wasn't elected as a Republican sheriff. I wasn't elected as a Democrat sheriff. I was just elected as a sheriff. When you look at the Constitution doesn't support any party. It supports the people of the United States. I'll tell you, I haven't been sheriff for long, but I learned pretty quickly that I was going to forever be a student of my profession. There's always something new around the corner. Just to back up, I want to thank, I have a couple people here in the audience that are helping get the community portion of coordination together, and that's Lynn Scott and Richard Seal. And I want to thank them for being here. As sheriff, not only are we dealing with federal mandates, but now we're dealing with new state mandates as far as realignment and housing state prisoners, doing things that haven't been done before. It's through members of the community that are willing to step up and put their butts on the line to help get this stuff done. Because I'll tell you what, there's days when it's just overwhelming, all the things. Just the regular law enforcement end of what can be happening in a community can really get you. But I'll tell you what, having the people that come up to me and say, hey, we think you're doing a good job. What do you need us to do? It means the world for me. One of the things and I don't know if I imagine this stuff is happening everywhere, but I don't know if anybody's heard of a group or groups called herd sharers. Have you ever heard of herd sharers? Okay, basically what herd sharers are is they're a group of people that get together and they buy a goat and they buy a cow and they buy some chickens and they pay for the animals, they pay for the vet care, they pay for the feed, and then they share in the products that those animals produce. Well, the USDA has stepped in and said, we can't allow you to do that. That's not healthy. The state of California is doing it too. Because, and when this was brought to my attention, I can remember talking to the lady and I said, well, are you guys like selling milk and stuff at the farmer's market or in the local mini mart or something? She goes, no, we're just sharing it amongst ourselves. We're not selling it to anyone. But they received a packet with big bold letters on the front that says, you will fill out this questionnaire, it's required by law, and if you don't, we'll probably pay you a visit. That's what, I'll tell you what, somebody said, as I'm hearing these stories, somebody came up to me and they said, you know what, Bruce, they don't want us in the rural areas. And I thought, oh, here comes a conspiracy theorist. But you know what, when you start looking at all of this, you can't see it any other way. And like Dean was saying, you control the water, you control life. Well, if they won't allow us to raise our own food, now they're controlling the food. You control the water, you control the food, you really control everything. And then they get you to where they want to go. I'll touch on the federal law enforcement expansion. We have a really good working relationship with the law enforcement officers who work for the Forest Service in Trinity County. We assist each other, we back each other up, not a problem. I received that email a couple weeks ago saying that, comment on our rule changes that are upcoming. And basically what it did is it said that we're going to be able to enforce state law. Trinity County's 80+% federally managed, mismanaged, however you want to put it. But 80% of the county is under the jurisdiction of federal government. So, as Greg was saying, every road that runs through our county, it comes in contact with a Forest Service road at some point. Like I said, I have a good working relationship with these guys, but here's the problem. What I fear is a federal police agency. And it may sound kind of far-fetched, but when we were at the Constitutional Sheriff's Convention in Vegas, we talked to a sheriff from New Hampshire. They're trying to eliminate the office of sheriff in that state. And Delaware, I believe they have eliminated it in the state of Connecticut. There is no office of sheriff. There's no elected law enforcement it's all appointed now. That's frightening. Because basically what you do is you get people that are appointed. And you get people that are appointed, and it's happened in all cases, but you get people that are appointed, if they don't toe the line, what do? Well, they replace them until they find somebody that's willing to toe the line. This office of sheriff is extremely important to everyone, and especially to the Constitution. With your support, we can continue to push in that direction and make sure that that's what we follow. Like I said, I am learning so much every day regarding the federal government, how they've been operating. They didn't do this all in one fell swoop. They've been taking little bites of the apple for years and years and years. But I'll tell you what, I think we're all starting to see them get incredibly aggressive. Now, with coordination, I'm looking forward to working with them. I am. We're not making up rules that we think they should follow. These are their own rules. This is what they have put on the books that they're supposed to be doing that nobody's held them accountable for. We're going to start holding them accountable because their decisions are affecting our communities, our economy in every way, shape, and form. I couldn't be more proud to be sitting up here. It's an honor. You are our strength. You really are. You are the ones. This group. This should be in a football stadium. It really should be, and hopefully it will be. But I'll tell you what. I'm willing to. For the time I'm in that office, I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to get the job done. Because I'll tell you what. If we don't do it now, I think it's going to be too late. And we'll end up with federal police forces and federal jurisdiction that doesn't belong there. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here and giving me the opportunity to talk to you. Again, people, you don't have to be from Trinity County. If you are aware of some federal agency maybe doing something like I said, this herd shares, I was absolutely unaware of it. There was another, along the same lines, another guy got a questionnaire in Weaverville. He's got, I think, 1.5 acres. He's got a few chickens, he raises some eggs, and he sells them. I mean, not very many. He got the same questionnaire. And if you saw, I don't know if you saw it, but on the news they had the milk police, I think somebody referred to it as, down in Los Angeles. Guns drawn, search warrant. That's frightening stuff. If those were my guys, they'd be riding the bench for a while without pay. You don't go into a situation like that pointing guns at people. I don't know all the details, but I'll tell you what, from what I saw, it looked out of line. I want to thank everybody for coming and giving me the opportunity to speak, and hopefully we can answer some questions for you a little later. Thank you.